One of the most heated political debates taking place in the states across the country is the battle over tenure for our children's public school teachers. Now, tenure makes it all but impossible for a school district to fire a teacher who has been on the job for more than just a couple of years. Two governors, Rick Scott of Florida and Chris Christie of New Jersey, have been especially vocal in their calls for ending tenure and doing it as soon as possible.
The time for a national conversation on tenure is long past due. Teaching can no longer be the only profession where you have no rewards for excellence and no consequences for failure. Let New Jersey lead the way again. The time to eliminate teacher tenure is now.
Randi Weingarten is president of the American Federation of Teachers, and Randi joins us now. So, Randi, quickly explain tenure and why teachers are able to earn that status.
So tenure is, let me do a little bit of myth busting here. One, tenure is not a job for life. What tenure is that after you've been evaluated by principals for about 3 years, then you get a hearing before you get fired. Now, where lots of people are right is that we have to mend it. We can't have hearings or people sitting around forever and not getting a hearing and not getting dismissed in an efficient way if they should be dismissed. And that's where the American people are as well. But the bottom line is this: no one wants bad teachers. We need to support good teachers. We need to make sure that we encourage people to become teachers, and that's what the American Federation of Teachers is doing. So instead of taking, unfortunately, the cheap shot that unfortunately Governor Christie as well as Governor Scott did by looking just at teachers and to try to use teachers to solve their budget problems, let's work together, develop the evaluation systems that we've been developing at the AFT that have been used in some places, and let's have New Jersey and Florida lead the way in the ways they have right now. There's a new report that just came out called Education Counts. Education Week did it. New Jersey is now 7th in the state, 7th in the nation in terms of proficiency for education. Florida, which was 31st in the nation in 2007, is now 5th. So let's do what we need to do, develop great teachers, evaluate them, make tenure a process that is fast and efficient, and let's make sure we work together like the country wants to help our kids learn.
But Randi, a lot of people might see this and disagree. You saying that the governors are doing this all about slashing budgets and saying it's all about money when it's really about our children's education. So what is the big sticking point? Why can't teachers be on something that we would all be on in any type of business situation, a proof of performance evaluation plan, if there is a problem where our employers think we're not doing the best job possible?
And frankly, Thomas, we should all be on that, but there's a big difference between corporate America and education. What the public has done is given us a public trust. They say that we are in locus parentis, and we have a special responsibility, a special obligation, and as a consequence, we should also be treated in a real fair way. You are absolutely right. Tenure should not be a job for life, and nobody wants that. And we, my union, and lots of teachers and teacher unions in New Jersey and in Florida and all across the nation have been doing their utmost to turn that around. But we can't do it alone. We need managers to do the work that they should do, and we are stepping up, doing the work we should do to see if we can attract the best teachers, support them, retain them, and make sure they are evaluated in an effective way.
Randi, real quickly, recent studies are showing that U.S. students now rank 14th in reading, 17th in science, and 25th in math out of 34 nations. So after decades of taxpayer money being poured into the public school system and protecting teachers that do and have achieved their tenure, isn't it time, and wouldn't you agree, that there is room to fire some of the poor performing teachers that exist, that are protected by the tenure that they've achieved?
Well, we are not disagreeing that we should have great teachers, but look at who's number one in the world, Finland. What they do is they actually support their teachers. They actually make sure that we have the conditions in schools that work. They actually make sure that teachers have the curriculum they need, that kids have the kind of conditions they need, including conditions to mitigate against poverty. They do the kinds of things that we should do. We want to have the best teachers, but we don't have an epidemic of bad teachers in this country. Yes, you're absolutely right. We have to mend these due process procedures, and we want to do that. But let's not put all of the obligation, as special as teaching is, on the backs of teachers.
We're all on the same page then. We want the best teachers and the brightest students. Randi Weingarten, thanks so much for coming on, Randi.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.